I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
I agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the first lady. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate.
Average out the View hosts among the dumbest people on television. And it's like they say the thing that people are thinking, but they say it very directly, so they expose whatever truth.
But Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well.
All right, folks, buckle up because there's a storm brewing in the world of entertainment and news. And it's a big one. Melania Trump is suing the host of The View in a jaw-dropping $100 million lawsuit. Yes, you've heard that right, $100 million. This legal clash is turning heads and sparking heated debates everywhere. So what exactly happened? Let's break it down. Melania Trump, the former First Lady, has filed the lawsuit after some explosive comments about her aired during a recent episode of The View. The remarks, described as controversial and inflammatory, have clearly hit a nerve. During the show, the hosts delved into Melania's time in the White House, and their opinions were far from flattering. One host suggested that Melania didn't enjoy her role as First Lady and went so far as to imply she wasn't particularly thrilled about her marriage to Donald Trump. These comments stirred up a whirlwind of assumptions about her personal life, with hints that her feelings about her husband might not be as rosy as they appear. Now, with the lawsuit in motion, all eyes are on this unfolding drama. Will Melania emerge victorious, or will The View stand by their statements? Stay tuned, because this story is only just...
Critics are going hard after a liberal media member for vile comments about Melania Trump. The former First Lady appears to signal her support for reproductive rights in a video out yesterday.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
And this take is pretty shocking.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out.
Wow. I mean, that is violent. They've got to stop talking like that about a former president who's had 2 assassination attempts. I mean, that's just...
The discussion didn't stop there. The hosts went on to criticize Melania's personal choices, including her White House redecorating decisions and her stance on Christmas traditions. They portrayed her as someone unhappy with her role and the expectations that came with it. Needless to say, it was a lot.
Because I do want to get back to this point with the left and Melania Trump. Why can't she just be her own woman and have separate?
And she can.
And so why all that criticism? I mean, that was gross from The View.
And I
look,
agree.
The View is not the litmus test of America. We don't think that.
They were afraid of that remark. That was their problem.
So why did they handle it?
These remarks clearly didn't sit well with Melania, and now she's making her move in a big way. The former First Lady has filed a defamation lawsuit claiming the host's statements were not only false, but also deeply damaging to her reputation. This isn't just about hurt feelings. It's about setting the record straight and defending her image against what she sees as harmful and baseless attacks. There's more to the story. Enter Joe Rogan, podcast king and outspoken media critic. Rogan didn't hold back, roasting The View for what he called blatant hypocrisy. He reminded everyone that just a few years ago, Donald Trump and Melania were frequent guests on the show, greeted with hugs and applause from the very same hosts. Fast forward to today, and The View now paints them as public enemies. Rogan slammed this as a calculated narrative shift driven more by politics than genuine conviction.
I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to play this, but we decided we shouldn't play it. We don't want anybody to have any sort of a way to get it down. The episode of you when you're on The View, when you were running for president.
Right.
Donald Trump is a billionaire, a real estate mogul, and a television star. But does he really want to add President of the United States to his resume? A lot of people would like him to.
You got introduced as our friend Donald Trump.
Please let's find out, and please welcome my friend Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. They all loved you.
We're so happy to have you. Whenever you're on with us, we're very happy.
They're talking about you in such a favorable light. The audience was cheering, and then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
Joe Biden knows how to do this. Trump. Yeah. He tends to just...
And that's not all. Rogan didn't hold back on The View itself, accusing the show of prioritizing sensationalism over substance. On his podcast, he quipped, if you average out the IQ of The View hosts, you might still struggle to hit triple digits. Harsh? Maybe. But his fans loved it.
It is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a rabies infested.
You might be wondering why this even matters. Beyond the drama, this case highlights a much bigger issue: what can and can't be said about public figures. Melania's lawsuit could have significant implications for how the media navigates personal matters involving high-profile individuals. If she wins, it could set a new precedent in media law, potentially reshaping the boundaries of acceptable commentary. Shows like The View might face stricter scrutiny when discussing celebrities, politicians, and their private lives. It's a
Allegedly, he was cheating while Melania was pregnant. That was all.
That's not going to come in front of the jury, though. The judge has ruled
Well,
that
we're
won't
not.
come up.
We're on television now. And then after Melania gave birth to the baby, he found Stormy to strip around with, right?
Yes.
It's like people should look at him and say, you know, what kind of an insecure jerk are you? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my wife's pregnant. I'm not attracted to her big belly or something. And now she's paying attention to the baby and not...
This isn't the first time The View has found itself in hot water, but this is on another level. The former First Lady of the United States is suing one of the most watched talk shows in the country. This is next level drama, and let's talk timing. Just as Melania files this massive legal challenge, Donald Trump is making headlines for entirely different reasons. Coincidence? Some are speculating that this lawsuit might be a strategic move to shift the media spotlight back onto Melania, especially given the current political climate. Whether this is a calculated strategy or a response born of pure frustration, one thing is certain: this story has layers. From media accountability to public figure rights, there's a lot to unpack. And while
You know who has been bragging all over the campaign trail about how he's the one that overturned Roe v. Wade, but apparently his wife has different thoughts on the reproductive rights after posting this video plugging her memoir. Take a look.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
let's dive back into those comments from The View. One host went so far as to claim that Melania hates her husband and doesn't even want to live in the same house anymore. Yes, you heard that right. It was one of those jaw-dropping moments that left viewers stunned, wondering if they'd really just heard what they thought they did. It's the kind of statement that makes you pause and rewind to be sure. What's truly surprising, though, is how quickly Melania has responded. High-profile figures like her often brush off such remarks or issue a brief, polished statement through their PR teams. But not this time. Melania is taking a bold stand, filing a massive $100 million lawsuit to demand accountability and protect her reputation. By going to court, she's drawing a clear line in the sand, making it known what she believes is acceptable and what isn't. This move isn't just about addressing a single moment. It's about defending her personal and public image for the long term. With so much at stake, one thing is clear: Melania isn't backing down. She's making sure her voice is heard. This isn't just a public relations stunt. It's a legal battle with real stakes. Melania is making it clear that the impact of those comments goes far beyond a simple disagreement. It's about the damage done to her personal image and how the public perceives her, both as a person and as a public figure. So what does this mean for all of us? It raises some important questions. Do public figures like Melania have the right to full privacy, or do they need to accept a certain level of public scrutiny because of their status? Where do we draw the line between free speech and defamation? This case could set a precedent in media law, and experts predict it will have ripple effects throughout the entertainment and news industry. If Melania wins, it could change how the media covers the personal lives of public figures, celebrities, politicians, and even their families. However, there's also a fair amount of criticism. Some argue that Melania is simply exploiting the situation for publicity, while others believe she's genuinely trying to protect her reputation and draw a clear line about what the media can and can't say. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. Regardless, this lawsuit is about more than just one incident. It's about the intersection of fame, personal privacy, and media responsibility. It serves as a reminder that even public figures deserve protection against false and damaging statements. As this case unfolds, all eyes are on Melania and The View, waiting to see how the courts will respond to her claims. It's not just about the money, it's about setting a new standard for how the media covers public figures. If Melania's lawsuit is successful, it could change how entertainment shows tackle controversial topics. The story is just beginning and we'll be following every twist and turn, so what do you think? Is Melania right to sue, or could this set a tricky precedent for free speech in the media? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your opinion. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the latest developments. This is one of those stories that's bound to keep everyone talking, and we'll be right here, bringing you all the updates on Melania, The View, and every jaw-dropping twist this saga takes. Thanks for watching. Take care.